What's going on, guys? Dev, Double O. What's going on, YouTube? It's been quite some time. So listen, there's no way around it. It's been a lot going on. For starters, my son had caught the flu, and then I got sick, a little sinus congestion, all of that, and then work's been work. So work has been an extremely heavy workload in regards to just a lot of information to take in still. We are a small team and we do so many different things. So just making the time to, help me with what I need, and then I also make sure I give them, allow for them to keep their traction going with their projects. So a lot of moving parts, but listen, hey, besides all that, we're back and we're at it, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. All right, welcome guys. Again, the name's Dev, Double O. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Here on my channel, we talk about everything from development to designing and everything, just about everything, pretty much everything you need to land that first dev job. So if there's something you like, something that interests you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. All right, so listen, where we left off, I'm going to have the video in the description below. The previous video, we talked about things that you need to, or more so that mindset you need to have in regards to going out here looking for work in tech. All right, so we're speaking from a developer standpoint. So many avenues, so many things we can choose from, but we have to understand that it's a process. So again, the mindset is in the description below in that video, but once you get out your mind right for this part, now we're to the next phase. All right, I want to reiterate some things. I think I talked about it in the previous video, but you're going to need some things. All right, you're going to need your portfolio, and you're going to need a portfolio site. So ideally the conventional way, first name, last name.com. Keep it simple. You don't need no .io, .dev. Some of those get pretty pricey unnecessarily, guys. We just need to be live. Don't want a cheesy setup. With that being said, we also don't have to go the let me just do my index.html, my style.css. Let me just pull all this in and show that I know how to code. You're wasting time, because what's going to happen is you're never going to be happy with what you put together. It's going to be a very lengthy, unnecessarily lengthy process. And every time, if anybody holds you accountable, like I hold my mentees accountable, if you're interested in the program, also, by the way, shameless plug, it's in the description below. Set you an appointment and we can chat. But you're going to keep getting checked in on, and you're going to keep saying you're working on something. Like, I'm working on the portfolio. I just got to do this and that. I don't like how this look. Changing my color, changing my logo. Like, come on. That never ends. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Believe it or not, all you really need is just to get a simple WordPress setup. Now, you're going to have a lot of folks yakety yak about that. And the reason I'm mentioning WordPress is not just for the ease of putting together your portfolio, but it's just everyone's more familiar with the navigations, the ecosystem of a WordPress site. It's known, I don't know the percentage now, but it's an extremely high percentage of people who are out here using WordPress sites. All right, but besides all that, we're saying this for I'm saying this for the simple fact of this is giving you an ease of use. You're somewhere on even playing field. You're out here. You have a familiar look about your site, navigation about your site, and then that's when you can start putting all kind of different things about you in there. Okay, so the name of the game is creating that. But what we're looking to do is we're looking to branch out and stem out. This is where you can also remember now. WordPress is a content management system. It is designed originally for bloggers. So as we showcase ourselves in our work, which needs to be real client work, not this, I made this really cool site about desserts, my favorite desserts, and that's cute. No, that's for you. That's for you to just, beef up your skills, stay sharp, practice this, that, and the other. But here, all we really need is one, possibly two, real world projects. We need real business results. Don't need hobby work here. This is not a place for that. We're trying to find work. You kind of doing it more so theoretically through concepts that's not helping. You need real work experience. So get a free project. Again, I mentioned this in my program as well. So, again, description below. But just find a friend, find a family friend, find somebody who needs a site. Put it together, start to finish. Be able to explain it. Why you did what you did, why you didn't do what you didn't do, I should say. There we go. All right. So this is super lengthy before I even go to the search process, but the search process is rather quick. So I wanted to just make sure you're understanding that these are some things you need to have in order. Okay. So with that being said, once you have all that pieced together, now you can start making sure that your LinkedIn profile is in order. Your resume should certainly be on point. That's the first and foremost. And again, it doesn't take much for that. I may serve another video with some of these other processes. If that's what you're looking for, if you're interested in something like that, please feel free to comment down below or DM me at KedaDev00 on Twitter, Instagram, either one, doesn't matter. I'll get with you and either I can pass you off some information, or if enough people are interested, enough likes and things like that, we'll go ahead and get that up onto the channel. All right. So now we have those in order. Now cover letters, you don't necessarily have to have that right away, because it's really going to be dedicated to the type of job and position you're looking to apply to. So I always say the ones you really want to get your hands on and really want to apply to and give your all to, provide cover letters. All right. Other than that, we're just trying to get into rotation here, get out here and put some job applications in, get yourself some momentum, hit the easy apply, folks. All right. Most platforms have that feature. All right. So after we've done all that, now we are prepared. You have to have these. These are prereqs, if you will. You have to have these kind of in order before we go out here and start hunting around. Okay. So once we take care of that, then we can get into the job hunting process. Now from here, you won't have to worry about seeing this face anymore. We'll be on the screen and walking through the process of how you need to start searching for jobs. All right, YouTube, we're here on the screen here, sharing my screen. So listen, when I was mentioning WordPress earlier, I forgot to mention that it's blogs that I was referring to, though, for content management system, not just to build that portfolio, but to also take advantage of the blogs section on WordPress, meaning just come up with simple little topics about things that you've learned and things that you're experiencing in your learning process, and maybe retrospect on a project you built. These kind of things will definitely highlight some additional things about you, from a technical writer's aspect of some sort, just showing that you can kind of, have good recall on what you've done as far as projects, this, that, and the other. So I can really go on and on about it, but understand that you can leverage that as well. Don't just go one way. All right. So anyway, we're over here at Google, good old Google. We're over here searching around here. I'm gonna make mine a little specific here in Atlanta. I'm in the Atlanta area, so this is how you go about the process, though. You can type in entry-level web developer, like some people know already, so we already know that. But some other factors you can put in is Atlanta, Georgia, or wherever you are, any neck of the woods. That's a good approach to doing this. Sometimes you want to go this way as well. See, notice what we did here. Watch, entry level, right here. So this is where the keywords come into play. So keywords are simply these guys. When you start typing into any search box, any search engine of some sort, you start typing it in halfway, and when it starts to kind of fill in the blanks, these are keywords. These are extra types of content you want to kind of pay attention to as far as in regards to searching. So right here, as you can see, remote jobs. Now we kind of niche down to the remote developer aspect. So now you can see that now we're going to get some results, entry-level web developer, but also remotely. All right. So now we got a list of remote jobs. And now this could be anywhere across the world. So now you can kind of branch yourself out now. See, anywhere. these are good ways to kind of leverage yourself. Okay, I could be on and on about this. I'm going to hop into a couple other platforms with the same approach, so you just see the results. But I always get it told like, hey, you know, I can't find anything. Like there's plenty out here. We're at a deficit right now, a drastic deficit. I can't remember the count now. I think I've just watched the video that indicated. It sounds pretty far-fetched, but I think almost maybe a billion. That sounds pretty large, but I probably wouldn't be surprised as far as unfilled positions, because there is a skill gap in the amount and a shortage, the amount of developers that can be found to fill these positions. So there's plenty out here, folks. Plenty. All right, so entry level web developer. Some of you may not want to be developer, go to designer route. So you can go designer route. It's available. So you can always do other ways too. Notice that we say entry level. The real terminology for it is junior developer. So, you know, put those in that way. You can do the junior developer role. So junior web developer, and now you see a list of junior web developers. You can do that as well. So these are different ways to find stuff. Okay, just wanted to let you know that they're out here, guys. They're out here. The positions are out here. So this is what I want you to look at, though. It's stuff like this. It's now when we start to get down in here, some job highlights here. Look, we got some qualifications. These are what you need to make sure are added in your resume. If you have these skills, if you have .NET, Angular, SQL, if you have these things, then you need to mention them in your resume. Now, the amount of years, this goes back to my previous video, which is in the description below, is now there are times where years matter, other times where it doesn't. So in this case, they may want you to indicate a little bit. 3 years, you have it. Hey, you probably have 2. You may have 1.5. You can put 3. If you feel that confident in your skills with this, it is okay to put 3. It is all right. So at the end of the day, guess what? Numbers are numbers. Your skills are your skills. All right. That's all I need to know. So when you're putting this, understand, guys, you're just fulfilling what is required to submit the resume. If you do not do this, you're going to be super excited because you got a quick response back. And you're going to realize that quick response back was how the system is set up. The system is designed to immediately give you a no because you did not meet all criteria, or at least some of the main ones they need that's covered through the resume. Hello. That's why I'm telling you, you got to have it. All right. So these are some of the things to look for. Make sure you read all of the descriptions and leverage that. These are things you can leverage. I want to totally get this out of the way. This is stuff you can totally leverage when it comes to your cover letter as well. So take a look at some of the responsibilities, because this is where you'll really do that. Kind of look through the responsibilities, the full description, and this is going to be some good stuff to help yourself stand out. So look for those different type of skills, characteristics they're looking for in applicants, and place that in your cover letter. All right, so I want to skip over here real quick, do a quick pivot. Right here, folks, this is your end-all resume. This is the end-all resume. Google Docs, go to their resume template. It's right at the top. You can't miss it. Google Docs is free. Go in there, docs.google.com. Everyone has a Gmail account these days, a Google account these days. Get there, replace stuff. Again, I do this with all of my mentees. We go in here. This is your end-all resume, guys. It's meant to be tweaked. And ideally, this is how you will kind of structure it too. You want to put your experience, education, honestly, can go at the bottom, really, because education does not matter much. So if it's me, honestly, projects at the top, then experience, education at the bottom. Skills, yes. Awards, no. Just put other stuff there. This is where you can put in your some of your well, we already have our skills here. So maybe some additional skills or fun facts if you're going to apply to those fun type of quirky kind of jobs. They have those quirky kind of job descriptions and kind of stuff like that. You know, hey, we love dogs here. That kind of stuff. You can play into it. You can play into that and then give yourself some fun facts for this category and just name about 2 or 3. There you go. And languages, don't go to sleep on this either. If you're somebody who's multilingual, this will definitely work in your favor, because you can now not only write code and all this stuff, but you're able to translate and use in different languages. That could come in handy. You can highlight those skills. I actually had a couple of mentees who actually are multilingual and just did not really understand the leverage they have out here in the world of tech. Totally have it. Now, as far as this, I this is kind of needed, your address and stuff. I know people like to kind of be pretty discreet, but they kind of got to know where you're located. Maybe a P.O. box if you can square yourself away with one. Definitely a working number. You'll get spammed, depending. Use that at your discretion, but certainly you got to have an email though. You got to have an email. All right. So it really just depends on your comfort in these two right here. It gets a little tricky. All right. So that's what we have for that. All right. So same thing here, guys, over here at Indeed. This is one of my old school favorites. If you notice, we were kind of over there on Google and it kind of popped up some Indeed positions. But what I really wanted to highlight was here, and we filter. Where is it? I can't get it right here. I actually saw it, but we're gonna see right here. This is what I'm looking for right here. So this is what I meant, guys, earlier. I'm just gonna squiggle around on it. Easy apply. All right. So again, if you find a position that you really want to go all out on, you go ahead, you do your best to apply and meet all criteria. And then other than that, hit the easy apply, folks. Easy apply. In and out. Keep it moving, because there's plenty. Look at all these buttons I can hit here. Easy apply. If I'm close to fitting the criteria, it's all about your profile. You have to make sure they're set up to the best of your ability. All right. Be as truthful and as little flexible as possible, so that you can leverage yourself here when it comes to some search results when you type them in, because you want to be able to take advantage of features such as this alerts. All right, I don't have any here, but you'll be prompt for that when you search through here for different type of positions. You're going to have some alerts that pop up, and this is going to do you a favor. The power of alerts is giving you the ability to kind of get first dibs on open positions, either in your area or if they're remote. But regardless, they give you the heads up and let you know about different things. Other things to look for is this: urgently hiring. Those kind of things. These key points kind of come into play when you want to kind of see the payout. This can kind of leverage you when the ball's in your court and they ask you for pay rates. This is a good opportunity to say, hey, whoa, I'm seeing that this position normally goes for XYZ. I'm interested in the position, and I see this is what it's going for. I would like to start at this rate, and that sets me over to here. So if I'm moving kind of fast, I understand. I really don't want this video to be super lengthy. So if you want to hear more about it or need some more details, I just highly recommend that you just get with me in my mentoring program. I have a link below so you can book an appointment if you want to do that. Also, just leave me some comments down below. We can start a conversation down there. But I wanted to just pivot through these. These are just some very important ones to hit. Glassdoor. This is where you can come over and see about different salaries, different rates. I come over here, I gotta be honest, really more than anything, I come job hunt over here a little bit, but to get these ratings on companies, this is pretty legit. Now you gotta take stuff with a grain of salt, but you know the ones where employees are just really griping and complaining, and they got in their feelings a little bit, right here, something like this, like that, the benefits, it's very expensive for our family, who knows, that's just your opinion, you don't know, or you could be single and this really don't matter. So just kind of take certain responses with a grain of salt, but you want to kind of look at some of this kind of stuff. It kind of comes into play, and this is pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. Glassdoor is pretty accurate. I've been using it for probably a decade now, over a decade. So yeah, take advantage of that. Create some job alerts. That'll help you. All right. Understand LinkedIn as well, guys. LinkedIn has jobs too. They have jobs too. This is probably your number one right now in regards to being properly set up. You need to make sure you're set up 1,000% on LinkedIn all the way. Now we'll go to mine, but we're gonna have to hang up on that. But you can look me up. You can find me. So Kevin Gay, KDL00. You can find me in there. So take a look. But yes, this is how it's set up. So you want to make sure you're on point when it comes to your profile here. So, and also take advantage of some skill assessments. This is going to certainly help you. Okay. I definitely scored. I took a React one, scored the top 12 percentile out of every test taker on LinkedIn. So I got hit with a lot of React jobs. So kind of including the one I already kind of have now. So yeah, take advantage of it. It works, guys. It works. But more than anything, I'm saying to set up your profile here because it can leverage you when you start applying to these other positions. Believe it or not, on these different platforms, employers are going to actually come right over here to make sure you got a LinkedIn profile, just straight up, because it allows them the ability to view your profile, view you in a way that's easily readable. When it comes to them printing something out on you or something like that. I literally had this happen in the midst of an interview that I had with my current employer. All right. So with that being said, this is my last stop right here. This is where I serve it up. I'm just going to kind of literally leave it right here. But my mentees coming to me for this. This is where it happens right here on ZipRecruiter. I come here. This is the #1 spot that's helped me twice now. And it is the process is smooth. It works 1000%. And here, straightforward, you get to hear, you don't get cut off by recruiters, any middleman, middlewoman, none of that stuff. You go directly to the hire, the person who's going to hire you. So I put together a process, a plan, this catered to every individual mentee. But what it does is going to line you up and serve you up in a way that's going to allow for you to apply for jobs that you want to actually go for, and to get you in front of people who are ready to hire you. All right. So we're going to finish the video right here. But guys, this is a lot to take in, but it is a process. You got to have a plan. Like I always say, if you, well, like they all, like not just me, what they all always say is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So have a plan, put it together. It doesn't have to be perfect. The profile, LinkedIn profile has to be, but the plan, get it as solid as you can and just start making things happen. Just code, build some things out, and get real world projects and just start applying. Will you be ready? Man, you'll never be ready. Okay? You'll never be ready. Get over it. You'll never be ready. Just make it happen anyway. All right, guys, that is it. Again, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. KDL00, super lengthy video. Do apologize for that. It will be shortened up a little bit moving forward. I don't like to keep rambling. But other than that, guys, we will see you in the next one.